Hi, I'm Fernando, Learner Community Guy, and I'm back again with a little heat for you. We like to keep it wholesome here at Outschool, but it's time to get some stuff off my chest. As a homeschooling dad, I can tell you right now that homeschooling is not for everyone. In fact, today I'm going to tell you about 3 types of parents who should never homeschool. All right, maybe never is a strong word. We're not trying to gatekeep homeschool, but if I've learned anything, it's that it's tough to be at home with your kids all day trying to help them learn. So I wanted to be real about some things that might mean that for some, homeschooling is not going to be a walk in the park. Actually, for most of us, it's not going to be a walk in the park, but you can still do it. Homeschooling is a job, and it's not for everyone. So if any of this sounds like you, or you think that you might be one of these parents, stick around to the end of the video when I'll give some tips for facing these challenges and taking measures beforehand, because you may need some extra help. So let's get into it. Here are 3 types of parents who should never homeschool, unless they mitigate. The first type of parent who should not homeschool is the parent who does not have the time. I'm not talking about parents who work a full-time job or have commitments. I work at Outschool, and many of us are full-time employees who homeschool our kids. We have a bunch of tips for parents who work that want to still homeschool their kids. That might be an idea for a new video. Let us know in the comments below if you'd be interested in hearing more about that. But anyways, you might have heard in our last video the importance of planning and talking to your whole family about scheduling. If you made it to step 3 in our 10 steps to start homeschooling your learner, and you realize that you just don't have the time to meet your family requirements, no matter how you slice up your day or week, homeschooling is not going to work for you. Maybe another school model might be a fit, such as private school, boarding school, or Montessori. But if you tried everything and you still did not have time to homeschool your learner, don't beat yourself up. I'm going to be honest with you. In many cases, homeschooling means you're spending almost every waking moment with your child between morning routine, breakfast, learning time, lunch, after-school enrollment, dinner, bedtime, catching each other in the kitchen, getting a midnight snack. It's a lot of FaceTime with your kids all day, every day. And you really have to think about your boundaries and what you need in order to have a healthy relationship with your child. It doesn't mean you aren't a great parent that doesn't prioritize your child's needs. It's just that homeschool might not be for you, at least not right now. Teaching is honestly one of the hardest jobs in the world, no matter how you teach. Shout out to all my teachers out there, whether you work at a school, whether you teach online, or you're a homeschool parent. My hat goes off to you. Thank you. But with that said, teaching is not for everyone. If you get frustrated easily, don't have the patience to explain difficult concepts, or just straight up don't know how to do something, you might not be the best fit for teaching a particular subject to your learner. Now, I personally believe that we all have something to teach, and there are lots of different types of educators. You don't have to have a PhD in everything to be a good teacher for your own child. And you probably teach them valuable lessons every day. But to give your child a quality education, it is helpful to have at least a little understanding of pedagogy. If you don't understand the science of teaching and learning, and after finding a community of homeschool families that you have the same values, reading books on learning and reviewing the curriculum, you find you're still not there, it's okay. Be honest with yourself. You know yourself well enough to know if this homeschool teaching thing is really going to work for you. Maybe your child really thrives socially in a school environment, and you don't want to pull them away from that. I'm not going to lie to you. There are aspects of socialization that are difficult to replace at home. Or maybe you found a teacher that your learner really connects with. And even though you're thinking about homeschool, you don't want to do it this year because you won the teaching lottery. The truth is that lots of homeschool families ebb and flow in their approach. It's okay not to pull your kids out of a program that is working for them, even if you know that it might not work for them in the future. If your child is happy and you're satisfied with where they are right now, maybe homeschool can wait. And the reverse is true. If you started homeschool and realized your learner was doing better at school, there's no shame in re-enrolling. In fact, there are many families that are mixed. Maybe they have 2 kids and took them both out of their local school to homeschool instead, but one learner was thriving while the other really missed school with their friends. It's okay to split so that one child goes to a brick and mortar school while the other is at homeschool. So if this sounds like you and you still really want to homeschool, I'm rooting for you. So I want to tell you a few things you can do to mitigate these factors to make homeschooling easier for you. I already mentioned that if one child is thriving in and out of homeschool environment while another really needs to be homeschooled, it is okay to split them up, and that's a great solution. But if homeschool is the best choice if your whole family and your issue is time, my biggest tip is to keep it simple. As much as you can, teach all the learners the same thing at the same time. Maybe we're all doing math at the same time. We're all working on word problems, though maybe on slightly different levels. Homeschool parent groups are a great place to talk about leveling to different learning levels to keep your schedule simple. My last tip is that homeschooling does not have to be done exclusively by you. It's okay to ask for help. You're still a legitimate homeschool parent if you get your child a tutor, sign them up for a club, or have them take courses online. And you can always pick and choose when it's time to tag in some help. If you know that you and your child really bond over a reading good book, but having to explain balancing a chemical equation just fills you with dread and anxiety, take on teaching literacy while you hire someone else who can take over science. It's totally allowed. You've got this. So that's all for this video. If you want more tips on starting your homeschooling journey, check out our ebook, Homeschool 101. That's going to be linked down below in the description. We have even more to share with you to support you on your homeschool journey, so be sure to check back soon to get more from us. You can hit that bell icon so you can be notified when we post our next video. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. I believe in you.